Hey friends, I hope you had a spectacular holiday. I've spent some time in my studio and I'm here to show you my all-time favorite art journal technique using craft acrylics. Start with your sturdiest paper and prepare it with gesso because this is a very abrasive technique. Then lay down a thin layer of the craft acrylic of your choice, and I stress craft acrylics because we're using the relative impermanence and low pigment to binder ratio of these paints to our advantage. The cheaper the paint, the better this will work. I don't have a specific brand that I recommend, so focus on finding colors you love no matter the brand. Now you can wait for the paint to dry, or you can set down your stencil and do the next step while it's still damp. Just keep in mind that when you place your stencil while the paint is wet, it will leave some texture behind after you pick it up. I've gotten my best results from a plain foam cosmetic wedge, just slightly dampened with water. Baby wipes or damp dish towels will also work, but you may tear your wipes on the edges of your stencil. Rub it through the stencil to lift the acrylic paint away from the gesso underneath it. The results will look a little uneven and distressed, which is all part of the charm. It's very rustic looking. If you'd like to add even more visual interest, you can realign your stencil and use the foam wedge to push more paint through in the blank part of your page. Now you have a fun interplay between positive and negative space. The second version of this technique begins with prepping your page with more craft acrylic and then heat sealing it. Then cover your first layer with a contrasting color. Because you sealed the bottom layer, they won't blend and the first layer won't move when you lift the second. Do not heat seal the second layer or it will bond with the first layer and it won't lift. Place your stencil again and rub through the stencil just until you see the bottom layer show through. You're left with a vibrant duotone pattern ready to collage and journal over. The third and most exciting technique begins with a book page that has been treated with a layer of clear gesso. As with the other two techniques, you'll lay down a layer of craft acrylic and place your stencil. This one is a cardstock stencil that I treated with matte medium to seal it for this purpose. When you lift the acrylic away, the texture images underneath peeks through. This is a great way to create found poetry from a text page as well. Always remember to clean your stencils, and if your foam was a little juicy and left water on the page, simply press a paper towel over it to soak up the excess. I hope you enjoy this technique and it serves you well to create striking backgrounds in your journal. Thanks for watching.